Hi there, I'm Cortana. I'm here to help.
Better late than never, Microsoft has teamed up with Harman Kardon to make the Invoke Cortana speaker. Today we're going to review it and show you whether it's worth the $200. Stay tuned. Okay, before we get to the full review of the Invoke, let's do a quick unboxing here. Now, we should point out this is $199. It'll be on sale from Microsoft, both physical and online stores, as well as Best Buy, or you can order it directly from Harman Kardon. Of course, it is US only, so you can pretty much stop watching this if you're outside of the US, or, we'd appreciate if you do watch it. Check it out. We have a little brochure here that basically just explains to you what this device is and highlights some of its features, including making Skype calls. I don't want to say that's its killer feature, but obviously Microsoft is promoting that fact. You do get 6 months of free calls through this, meaning not just to other Skype people, but you can call anyone on a cell phone or landline through this for 6 months for free, which is kind of neat. You can also do all this other stuff with Cortana, controlling smart home devices. We'll talk about that a little bit later. There's quite a lot there already and much more coming later on. And of course, it works with all your devices, including iOS, Android, and Windows 10, and even Windows 10 Mobile. Yes, it still works there. Turning to the device itself, it is a solid work of wonder here. Now, you can see it is basically a giant speaker grill all around. It does have a cylindrical shape. This is the top of it, which is also a volume dial, and it does light up. We'll show you that in a few moments as well. And it does look like Cortana, which is very cool. Coming to the bottom here, you do have a microphone mute button. So if you are really paranoid and do not want the speaker listening to you, you can hit that button and it will mute. Anyways, there's a Bluetooth button. You can pair any device up to this through Bluetooth. So you can connect a phone up to it and stream media directly to this device or your laptop, PC, whatever you want. There is a reset button there as well. And coming to the bottom here, there is a micro USB plug. Then there is also the barrel plug for the AC connector. Speaking of the AC connector, that is this portion right here. Now there is a brick, and this is something I do not really like. Amazon doesn't do this with their Echoes as far as I know, but there will be this thing which you have to hide. And finally, there is the setup guide, warranty information, and little bits in here about the Kardon speaker. In terms of hardware, the Invoke is doing pretty well. It's got 3 woofers at 45 millimeters each, 3 tweeters at 13 millimeters. That's a lot of speaker in one device. It has Bluetooth version 4.1. It weighs 2.3 pounds or 1 kilograms, and it supports all the major audio formats that are used today.
Hi there, I'm Cortana. I'm here to help. Let's get your Harman Kardon Invoke ready to use. We'll set it up from the Cortana app on your phone or PC, so go grab that first. Then type Set Up My Invoke.
All right, so for setting up the Harman Kardon, it is pretty simple. You can do it from many devices, whether it's your Windows 10 PC, your Android phone, Windows 10 mobile, or iPhone. Simply type in Set Up My Invoke, and there's a nice little app here that is available now in the store. We'll install that. Setting up the Invoke is very simple. It took us just under 3 minutes, and we never had a problem with it, even multiple times in trying so. Now, when you set it up, it'll walk you through the process by connecting up to your Wi-Fi. You will need a Microsoft account, though, to make this all work. Once it's nearly completed, it'll ask you then to connect to your favorite music service, which right now includes Spotify Radio. You will need a premium account, TuneIn Radio, or iHeartRadio. There is no longer any GRU support. I say no longer because initially this device did support GRU, but they have since pulled it once the GRU Music Pass went away. There are a few ways to interact with the Invoke speaker.
Here's something interesting. Kintsugi is the Japanese technique of repairing broken pottery with powdered gold lacquer. Breakage and repair are treated as part of the history of an object rather than something to disguise.
Just tapping the top of it will give you facts or trivia about the world. Sometimes Cortana will also volunteer some information. Now, if you do a long press for more than 3 seconds, it'll activate the speaker and you can ask a command. What is the weather for tomorrow?
The forecast for tomorrow shows sun with a high of 72 and a low of 51.
Most people won't be actually near the speaker physically, so you use a voice command. Hey Cortana, where can I get some pizza?
I found a few places matching pizza near you. The closest is Domino's Pizza less than 1 mile away at 54 Main Street in Marlborough. It's open until 12 a.m. Other options are Kindle's Pizzeria rated 4.5 stars and Papa Gino's rated 3.5 stars.
Since there is no screen with the Invoke speaker, your Cortana app becomes that. So when you do things with the speaker, your history shows up here, including results. So when I ask about pizza, those will show up here, and I can actually click those now, and it'll take me to that information. So I can do things like map it, call it, or find out more about the location. Now, one of the main features of this being a speaker is going to be playing music for people, and it's very simple to do. Hey, Cortana, play Rise Against on Spotify.
All right. Here's some music by Rise Against on Spotify.
I've all but just forgotten what the color of
Invoke can help you with a lot of other things too by accessing Cortana's notebook and other feature set. You can do things like setting a timer, alarm, or a reminder, like remind me to get the laundry at 7 p.m. tonight. Or even a location-based reminder, like remind me to pick up milk when I get to Safeway. You can do things in Spotify like ask what song is playing or what album is this. You can add the track to your playlist or even follow a playlist. You can do things like access your calendar and ask when is the next meeting or add an appointment to that calendar. You can do things like finding out the weather for today or next week. You can even ask things like what is the latest news headlines or facts about the world, like, hey Cortana, what events are happening in Boston this weekend?
Boston Bruins will be at TD Garden in Boston on October 21st at 7 p.m.
One of the real big features with the Invoke Cortana speaker will be able to connect it up to your smart home. So there are a lot of features here, including support for Philips Hues with their smart bulbs, Nest, Wink, Insteon, and SmartThings. Plus, they are working on additional services, including Ecobee, Honeywell, TP-Link, IFTT, Genie, and more. So stay tuned for that. Once connected up, it works pretty well. You can do things like ask Cortana to turn off your kitchen lights, dim your bedroom lights, or even set your temperature to 72 degrees. So besides those connected home features and Spotify, there are also what's called Cortana skills. So you can browse at Microsoft's website and connect up many third-party services, including things like Domino's or Fitbit, or any other one like Skyscanner to get your weather information or track a package. And they work pretty well. Ordering Domino's pizza right through the speaker is certainly very convenient. Hey Cortana, call Zach Bowden on mobile.
Which one do you want to call? Bowden, Zach, or Zach Bowden?
Zach Bowden, mobile.
Hello?
Hey Zach, it's Dan. I'm calling from the office on a Cortana speaker. How does this sound?
It sounds really good. I'm really impressed.
Well, there you go. It's pretty impressive. I guess I could talk to you now when I'm in my living room or my kitchen. The Invoke speaker is convenient for making phone calls, whether it's Skype to Skype or Skype to mobile, Skype to landline. You can do it all. However, a lot of that will depend on your phone book and your contact list. If you have multiple contacts or they're not merged, well, let's just say it can be a little bit frustrating at times. So there's a lot going for this speaker. The audio quality is fantastic. I really enjoyed using Cortana, but I'm not really sure there's a killer feature here, especially for $200. Sure, you can make Skype calls, and if that's something you're going to do a lot, by all means, go get it. But there's really no unique features here compared to, say, what Amazon is doing or Google. They're all kind of the same. You can ask random trivia. You can do things like set an alarm. But other than that, they don't do that much. So whether or not that $200 is worth it will depend on you. So there's our video review of the Harman Kardon Invoke Cortana speaker. Now, if you want more information about this device, make sure you go to Windows Central to read my full review, which has many more details. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Take care, everybody.